Man, it is very plausible. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
You know,
I made it work. How about that?
you did make it work. Shout out to you and you only because only you can prevent forest fires. Welcome to this episode of Pay the Soul Boxing. I'm Fun.
I'm twin.
And apparently I get cussed out no matter what happens in life. First off, before we actually get into the point of today's episode, breaking down the OTX card June 13th in Philadelphia. I want to say that Mikael Fox got robbed of a win against Chuck on Saturday. And, man, that's just what that was. Should have been a knockdown still, regardless of what people trying to say. Push, bro. A punch push was thrown. The man fell backwards. I'm tired of things not being called what they are. That's where I'm at with it. I am tired of things not being called. How was your weekend?
It was good.
That's awesome.
Kicked it with the folks, you know.
Yeah,
How about yours?
it was good. You know, my daughter's pre-K graduation, my sister's master's graduation party, and all of that. You know, so it was a super solid weekend. Can't really do no complaining, man. Can't really do. Man. All right, what? Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you Mr. Tyrone Hayward. My young man is from Philadelphia, if I'm not mistaken, Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
He is a hometown guy fighting on the OTS card, or the opening of the OTS card in Philadelphia to an opponent to be announced still. I like the fact that OTX is probably getting, they did a proving grounds. I don't know I can't remember if he was at the OTX proving grounds. But however, if he wasn't, it doesn't matter because he is still a very good standout amateur. Still was at that point in his career to this point where he's still building and things. So could be a good showcase for him at home. It's obvious it's good. What did you see? What did you see in his style so far to this point? I know it's kind of hard to tell since
Mm-hmm.
such a lot of development still has to happen. What do you see so far?
I did watch his fight against Abraham Charles, and man, he hit that man with a left to the body and a left hook right after that and knocked him down. I say, oh,
But he had the nerve to try to get up a little bit.
hey, and the thing about it, he did it so fast from when the fight started. I pressed play on the fight and I went to pick up something, and all I hear in my headphones is,
Bump, bump.
oh, my leg.
Boy said, "Excuse me, let me hit the back button real quick."
Yeah, but I
So
mean,
nah, that's
from what I've seen, I like it so far. He only 19, so
yep, got a long way to go. That's why I say from what we've seen so far, so it's good. It's a good job on uh Brittany and those guys to get a good, they're doing their job. Brittany, I won't smoke with you in a good way. I just want to spar. I see you be sparring the fighters, and so he spars the guys that they promote. So if he pulling up sparring my interview, I won't smoke. I don't want to. I need that. Uh, David Lopez coming up after him. What you got?
another 147. I think
Mm-hmm.
he like 21.
Yep.
He out of the welterweights that I went through and watched, the younger ones, he's probably my favorite.
Yeah,
So,
and he can punch really
yeah,
well. That last fight he had at the last OTX, boy, that was a tough punch. I mean, the thing is to me that knockdown, it was in tight. I love when people throw the hooks the right way in close quarters, not all the way out. I'm sorry, it was a right hook. So not trying to open it up all the way right there. He threw it right inside of it. I
yep,
love when I see fighters throw hooks the right way from where they are because hooks are supposed to be defensive in the same way that they're offensive. George always told me when you throw that hook, when you way you supposed to throw a hook when you're in close, so that way when you shoot it, you still over the top right there. You still save yourself some trouble. Then he threw that punch right in there. So
hmm
that was good. That was good for
yeah,
me to
yeah.
see.
one thing well, a few things I like that he a southpaw, but he's been in the ring or recently been in the ring with another southpaw. And that's one thing I like to see from southpaws, especially early, getting that experience because the majority of fighters are right-handed. So when you do run into that other southpaw, you don't want to be out there and only saw it in sparring or something like that.
Correct.
The other thing was he looked real comfortable fighting close range. I like to
Yeah.
see that. I like to see that from a younger fighter because I don't know. I mean, everybody has their own style, but it seems like the more popular style nowadays is to have nothing to do with close range fighting.
And that's
Like
where we're missing the best parts of boxing.
it,
Boxing, don't get me wrong, has different facets and different levels of, like you said, different ranges. But like you said, we're not seeing people engage close in anymore. You know what I'm saying?
it's so bad to where fighters don't even know how to clinch anymore.
Correct.
Like
Oh man, a good clinch can change the whole everything, bro. A good clinch will show you. A good clinch is also offensive. From where if I clinch you, if I put it the right way and I got my head on your shoulder the right way and I cut off your whole side over here, I know you got to throw from over here because that's the only thing free. Which means as soon as you reach and do something crazy, I'm free back this way. And
and
as soon as you do something this way, I'm free back that way. Or I can just pull and create space and punch in that same close range right then and there.
And you see that a lot with a lot of fighters that don't like to be nowhere near close range. So when they get in trouble and they need to clinch, either they don't know how to clinch well or they just don't do it because they don't even work on it really like that because they don't fight close. They would
Correct.
fight.
And I think the big time impact or recency we can talk about is Caleb Plant in McCumbie's fight, right? We can bring that back up where Caleb was, he was had success on the outside, but McCumbie had such a big punch. When, like you said, he punched him and then he punched him in the arm and flew him across the ring, and then Caleb said, "Bet, let me see what you got on the inside." And then guess what? Took all of that away from him at that point. All because McCombie didn't know what to do with being inside. So it's a very good thing. Don't get it wrong for fighters to learn how to box from the outside, hit and not get hit. I do understand all aspects of the game, but however, just like Andre Ward, Kovalev too, when they were saying or one, and people were like, Andre Ward do all of a sudden the body work of Andre Ward came up just because he hadn't done it prior to, did
Mhm.
not mean he did not have it, and it showed up in the first one, and then it even obviously the exclamation point for the second one with the knockout is what it was. So fantastic things from David and his team. Yep. All right. The man who pulled up in Houston and showed out in front of his wants to be future opponent the right way, and I can discuss that part. Kurt Scoby, he is Kurt Scoby. He's also on the undercard of the OTX card in here in Philadelphia. Not here. I am so sorry. I'm not here in Philadelphia. I am in Dallas, Texas. Uh, Kurt, ever since his loss, he's bounced back with three TKO wins from that initial first loss. He's done a few different things. He has a new coach. He's been still working with trying to get together. His approach to his fights, how he, as far as like physically, has been different. Uh, he pulled up in Houston in front of Marquez, and he wants to fight Raul Marquez, rightfully so. Raul Marquez is a name that's rising. I mean, not Raul. I'm sorry. Giovanni's Marquez is a name who is rising through these cards in Houston. It's good. I get Kurt's point. But back to Kurt's style from why he wants to fight it. What do we think of Kurt and this potential matchup here? What do we
Uh,
think? What do we look? Let me say this. I'm sorry. What are we looking forward to as we still wait for his opponent?
I really don't know, and I say that just because he has a new trainer, so you know how sometimes you can tell like a boxer is it looks like he's trying to find himself
Yeah,
or
yeah.
find it. his footing with a new style or a
Yep.
new approach and get comfortable. That's what it looked like to me. He was showing some patience.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I mean, you don't have to like everything about every fight. I don't really like where he
For
throws his jab.
sure.
I don't like where he throws his jab from. Um,
For sure.
I don't like the volume he was using it at. It was in his more recent fight, at least. So
I didn't like the hook, particularly. And I think it was the Villa Robin fight. Sorry.
Mhm,
The hook. I didn't like how, I get because he's the muscle and that's what he wants to. The muscle might be the tightness of that, muscle. Even though those muscles look good, it does not allow you to have the proper fluidity and the flow of punches and things. Now,
mhm,
did it look better and a little bit more control from what it was prior to that first loss? Absolutely. It's not just him just coming out there trying to dog it. But like you said, it looks like he's still trying to find himself. And that's not a knock to any
mhm.
fighter out there still trying to find himself. Find yourself continuously. This is a sport where you'll never master it. You'll only get your thing better, but somebody's gonna always do something better than you. Like for the photographer, I think he was coming in, he was slower, controlled, more pace, cool with that. It was the way it was like, I'm gonna throw that hook and I go, wow, but it was the way it was coming. And it was still from far out.
Yep.
That's where um, I'm looking forward to him maybe tightening all of this up as he gets ready for this next fight. Figure things out with your new trainer with the proper opponents, and we can see what we got.
Yeah. I mean, he caught him with that lunging uppercut with the left,
Uppercut.
and I mean, if anything, that showed confidence. Because, like I say, if you got nerve if you throwing a lead uppercut, just out with no setup, you just really just
Just shooting it. Hey, my boy, you a gangster. I ain't even gonna
yeah.
hold you, my boy. You was gangster. Hey, it what it is. You was that guy for sure.
Mhm.
So, definitely, he does not lack of confidence is something that he ain't got to worry about. Even that, that's good. It's good to see a fighter not lose his confidence after a fight. So, and like I said, continue to learn, continue to grow, and that's what I'm looking forward to seeing him again at that. Here's an interesting case: Branden Pizzaro versus Israel Mercado. Okay, so how do you want to go?
uh, I don't know. I mean, I think Pizarro. I mean, I like to watch him fight. That boy throw with venom. That boy he throw with bad intention. So I like it. Um,
Bad
I
intentions because also mean bad comeback too sometimes.
Yeah. So the one thing I did notice, if he gets caught in the exchange, like
Mm-hmm.
we were talking about earlier with Clinch, he'll fight back.
To fight back.
He's gonna fight. He's gonna throw. So
He walking right to it.
and as we know, sometimes that work out.
Sometimes.
So the higher he goes up in competition, I'm
Mm-hmm.
interested to see how that style. Because I mean, we've seen it before. A fighter gets clipped, and now he's like, "Man, I'm not going backwards. I'm coming at you now."
I'm coming at you at this point, yeah. So that's definitely something to look forward to. Uh, as he like you say, he does put venom on the posters. I think Israel Mercado, I think I've seen him before. And I think it's gonna be a good fight. It could turn into a highlight reel. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not saying it is, but I think a highlight reel punch is going to happen. That's what I think. I could be dead wrong. It could go all 8 rounds for all I know. But hey, we not too often wrong. However it want to go.
Yep.
Um, so I mean, we all can't be getting robbed in victories like Suarez did the other weekend. So I'm sorry about that. You had it, but yeah. Definitely looking forward to him on that. Miss Leanna Cruz versus Miss Regina Chavez in a 10-round super fly. The ladies is fighting, and you know we love it when the girls fight.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going all the rounds or nah?
Probably not.
Ah.
Cruz throw with venom too. She ain't
She
for the
coming,
whole fight.
boy. Like I said, if people talking about girl, you fight like a girl. I hope I do. You know what I'm saying?
She got she got a chip on her shoulder. She feel like she avoided
Yeah.
that failed drug test because of weed. Hey man, look, I understand it's the rules and blah blah blah, but
I think we're
I
way
don't
past that, bro.
I am against weed being tested in boxing, in track and field. Like it don't help these people do nothing. Like
My thing is the joke's on. I don't know. I'm not a scientist, so if somebody want to be a scientist and tell me different today or any day, please let me know. Apparently, weed can also be a masking agent for other drugs. My thing is, if they gonna find weed ain't gonna mask nothing. As it ain't high. They took PEDs and the PEDs is hiding under the weed. That's my thing about it. It does not make sense. I think we are well educated enough as a country, society, sports, and everything. The NBA got a weed threshold. The NFL got a weed. They get it. They just don't want you playing high. Well, even then, if you fight high, you might be balling for all we know. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, we're past that point in this age, especially as legalization keeps falling to the approved factor state for state. Fam, I'm not saying fighter needs to go out there and just smoke all drugs. I'm not saying that at all. Okay, so I don't want nobody to misconstrue that. But if a fighter wants to take an edible and just have it, and just chill, cool. I get it. As a former guy, I do understand it. Your body wants you want to figure it out, especially the CBDs, the products they do help these days. We figured out enough science to help. So she got a right to fight angry, and I hope she do. I hope she do the 13th.
oh, she will.
She gonna come out there throwing things, boy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good. I think this is a good banker of a card in total uh, for the overtime brand as they continue to build their brand. I really did that for sure.
Yep.
All right, so we are covering the overtime boxing card. For those of you who do not keep up with overtime boxing on the zone or just the overtime brand in general, to explain to us the unique thing that overtime has going on as far as that boxing matches.
So overtime is not just a name; it's actually an overtime. So if the fight goes to the cards and there's a draw, you get an overtime round. So do do y'all understand like how many fights would turn out different once we go to the cards and they say it's a draw, and then you look at the opponent and you like, nah, run it back one more
Run
round,
that one more round.
and you get to go out there and try to win that round and win the whole fight off of it.
Cause now ain't no excuse. We know the marbles is on the line now.
Yep.
That
So
changes, and that to me that also breeds a real fighter's intensity and competitiveness
mhm.
for sure. And they do the on top of the overtime rounds, they got money rounds.
Yep.
Oh,
So one thing the overtime round, one thing it does is for one, like you said, competitiveness.
mm-hmm.
Two, you won't leave being upset with a decision saying, oh, I thought he won and it was a draw. Like, no, somebody gonna win. So that's two things that you get out of it that I think is great for the sport. Like you were just about to say, they also have knockout money rounds. So if you knock a person out in the first or the last round, that's extra money. You
Mm-hmm.
also get a bonus for just knocking someone out in general.
For
But
sure.
is more than, so if I knock somebody out in the third round, I get a bonus. But if I knock somebody out in the first or the last round, it's more than that would be in the third round. So it's
Absolutely.
so that's, you see a lot of fighters going for it. In some cases where if somebody's in trouble in the first round and you think to yourself, well, I got 5 more rounds or so, like I don't have to rush it. No, you see boys going after it. So that creates a more
Speaking
exciting.
while we was talking about it, Lopez just tried to do it in that fight. He thought that that he got the knockdown at the end, towards the end, and
Mm,
boy, he was trying to get it right in there before he got him out in the second.
yep.
Or actually, they stopped it. They did stop. Didn't even make it to the second. The
Yeah, yeah,
referee ended up
TK.
waving it off.
Yep,
So yeah, boys went out there right in and there and was trying to. I'm trying to get this bad.
yep. So it's geared more towards a more, and I think that's like the KO bonus. You see that like in the UFC, they have the
Mm-hmm.
for performance based incentives type thing. Dana White and those guys will give you more if you perform well, if you get a knockout of the month, or knockout of the week,
Yeah,
or do it. So you see that kind of in that way. The other thing is smaller rings. So their rings is
18,
18
baby.
by. So what that does is, for all y'all that don't like running, that limits that because it's less space to move, which means it's easier to cut off the ring. Yeah, that's why I put it in that. So they have, their rings are 18 by 18. You usually have a 22 by 22 or a 20 by 20. Just depends on who's fighting and who decided on what's the ring.
They're causing it running. Like my boy Jamin Jerome said.
Teach a man how to squabble.
And catch a man that moves, uses feet, teach a man how to squabble. That's what that sound like. But nah, I do like the brand and for sure, as far as the excitement, I like how they present it. Different, the bright colors and all that stuff like that. I do like how they present it. Especially when I think one of the shows is in Atlanta, the blue and all that stuff with the color they bring when they use those. I do like that. Uh, I like the, I do like I said, Britain, David and them. Um, I like how Britain go when they do those proving grounds in different cities. I think that's one of the most important things that they do that is different from the other promoters. Hey, we pulling up in your town. We having a sparring day. Come show us that you back one that you like that. And then when they do have those proving grounds, whether they sign those guys or not, for anybody other promoters who might be watching them, they get to see those guys' names, those social media handles. They can contact those guys. Hey, I saw you on proving grounds. I like what you got. Let me go see what that.
Mm-hmm.
It gives a chance for everybody. So it's not like they hating for any given moment. They are not hating at all. They pulled up in Philly. They pulled up in Houston. Uh, they pulled up in the Bronx. Like they pulling up. And they pulling up, and then they say, "Hey, if you want to get active, get active. Come show me what you got." Like I said, come prove it.
Yep.
So, uh, so I do dig everything that they got going on so far. So,
And
yeah, I
they
like it.
oh, I know they did it for 54. I'm not familiar if they've done it other weight class. I think they do though have tournaments. With
Yes, they did have a tournament. That's right. Even though I felt Brandon Adams won, Cash won, got the nod or whatever. But nonetheless, uh, yes, they did have a tournament. I'm looking forward to them having another OTS tournament. I think they should. I mean, they got a bunch of little cats. They got a bunch of little cats, especially for the below 40 and below. 47 and below. Run it. I hope they do. I can't wait till they do another one. I think that's a great idea that they had. So
I,
definitely looking forward to that.
th- that's one thing that needs to come back. Like that's what we
Yeah.
that's what we got Andre Ward from. Like that's what we know.
Facts. We got Andre Ward from the Super. I mean, not us. The rest of the world got
Right.
Andre
That's
Ward
where
from the Super Six tournament for
he
sure.
got he got his star from that. So
Correct.
like I feel like especially in weight classes that has like a stardom issue, like a
Mm-hmm.
like a 160
Go
or
proof. Hey,
like
if
you
all of
have
y'all fight, we can
right.
figure out who the star is, and that way each division will have a spotlight. Hey, we can't say this man ain't no star because he went and whooped everybody. And now you can market that. You know what I'm saying? Whoever the winner is can market that. And that's good for boxing, no matter the promoter who has the fighter.
Yep.
So
It'll probably be hard the way everything going right now. And
either way, if OTX keeps it up, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Especially if they can end up figuring it out some kind of way, since he did buy into it, Young Turkey. They doing the WBC Grand Prix. Hey, you got your best, I got my best. What's happening?
see,
Uh,
it's a few reasons why I like OTX and things like that. Like you get more bang for your buck on lower end, smaller market boxing. And
okay, that's
and
true.
the reason is because one, you don't necessarily know these fighters, so you don't know what you're gonna get. So
Also true.
we see a lot of times with mismatches and some of these bigger names taking stay busy fights. We
Mm-hmm.
already know the outcome pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
With with OTX and stuff like this, we don't really know these fighters like that. We can know who's supposed to be the favorite, but that don't mean that he's gonna actually win, especially at the age a lot of these guys are at. Mistakes can be made.
It might be a 31-year-old guy who's been waiting on a break this whole time. And all
Mm-hmm.
of a sudden he come out here smoking. And it's like, damn, where he come from? He been around. He just needed a break.
So we get that, and with what you get with more smaller market boxing is you get the more old school feel.
Yeah.
So back in the day, or back when the eras that we like, it was, oh, he's supposed to be the baddest. Let me go fight him.
Let me go fight that man. Let me go pull up there. Let me go pull him up there and see what's up.
Now when you get into the big leagues of boxing, it's, oh, he's supposed to be he a bad man. Well, he don't make enough money, or he ain't did enough.
He ain't did enough. Who is he? He nobody. He ain't marketed enough. So you telling me you punk? That's
Like,
all I got. That's all I be hearing. You telling me you punk? You say you the baddest man. You pull up, like prove it. So So shout out to OCX and anybody who is basically on some prove it.
I know good damn well you ain't talking about no 5 M's.
Hey man, Floyd Schofield turned down this fight for $1 million with Abdullah Mason because he said that Golden Boy is giving him $5 million. That's what he told me. Please don't shoot the messenger.
I ain't gonna shoot the messenger, but I'm gonna send the messenger back a message.
I'm gonna send the messenger back hurt though.
He turned down that fight with Abdullah Mason because Abdullah Mason gonna whoop that ass. That's why he turned down that
That's
fight.
About the only thing I got, homeboy. That's the only thing I got. The only thing I got is you worried that your son gonna get his ass beat by a kid that's 20 years old.
Yeah, ain't nobody lining up to fight Mason.
That's the only thing I saw. The only people that beat Abdullah Mason right now are the ones that are champions for sure. Like, especially at that 35. You know what? He just won a belt. I can't even say. Well, interim belt. And so he up for a chance. I was going to say throw Mason in there against Montalia. I'd do it. Let's see what happens. He young enough to bounce back. Win, lose, draw. He young enough to bounce back.
I'm still stuck on Schofield. I'm sorry.
Man, I know. I ain't gonna hold it. That's straight bullshit. He can shut the fuck up with that one. Ooh, I wasn't gonna say all that. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I ain't sorry about nothing. I don't understand how...
He turned down $1 million fight.
When
today is when he told us this. So
what event has Schofield headline?
He did. He was main event on that one Golden Boy card, the one before he fought Shakur, where he got put on his ass.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
Uno.
There you go. That was it.
But we acting like we a big star is my point. Like,
yeah, he told us he got
like,
do.
like, dude, like what they saying in the rap world, get in the booth, like get in the
Get in
ring,
the booth.
just get in the ring, cause
That boy turned down Keyshawn money. That boy ain't got that Shakur money. That boy ain't got nothing. I don't believe nothing he's saying. It's starting to make me believe that Golden Boy halfway dropped him at this point.
this is like if you between like 130 and 140, this is like the perfect time to be like a respectfully a mid-tier fighter because
Absolutely.
the top dudes ain't fighting each other. So who the hell
I
else?
jump in the ring with all of them I can.
Man, what?
All
Son,
of them I can just to get a fight.
paycheck, paycheck, paycheck.
Win, lose, drop, bet. Let me go fight, bet. I'll fight him. Tevin Farmer. Even though Tevin Farmer is a former champion, look how he showed himself against all the people that he's lost to.
Matter of fact, our boy.
Think about it like this: 3 straight losses for Tevin Farmer. 3 losses to Tevin Farmer, and everybody still want to fight because they know better. You know what I'm saying?
Shit. As a matter of fact, our boy, Josh Padley.
Josh Padley.
Watch he gonna get a good shot in a minute, long as he keep winning these fights today.
One of y'all pull up on Padley real quick. Because now that he ain't doing nothing but training, hey, I don't know what's going to happen to y'all. But hey, he ain't doing nothing but training now. The thing that he's been hoping for.
Mm-hmm.
All I got to say is good luck. Because he learned his lesson, what it was like to be with somebody of that high of a caliber of Shakur. That might have been the worst thing for all the contenders at 135. Letting him get in the ring and see what that is like in real time. So that way when he watches that fight back in Shakur, he knows what that visually, your body does things when you take a whooping like that. There are things that oh, I didn't even know he could do that. Now that I see it, I can go imitate. I can do this now. Let me go try this out. Every fighter learns from a good loss. Canelo has learned his lesson from when he was at his top of his superpowers. Learned his lesson from the Mayweather and Lawler fight. Oh, I can do things differently moving forward, right? They're so Sugar Ray Leonard learned his lesson from the Duran fight. I can do so many things different here. Hey, bro, Padley gonna come through whoop some ass in here, son.
And even in the thing, like you said, even if he loses, it went from before he fought Shakur, it went from probably like a wash to, damn, this dude won't go away. Like now he here.
He here now. He here now. Because Padley won a fight when he supposed to win while he was working. Okay. All right. Nah, I don't want to hear where did Josh Padley. I don't want nobody. Oh, the electrician. Nah, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing from that point. So Canelo and Crawford ain't got no venue still for a fight with tickets on sale to the Allegiant Stadium for September 12th for some reason.
the the only reason why I haven't said something like I think the fight gonna get canceled is because Canelo go fight in September.
He gonna do what he gonna do.
That's one thing you can count on. He gonna fight.
The only reason he fought out of September that one time fought in November because Plant had that other belt and they renegotiated those contracts.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know what they doing. No clue. Hey, that'll get ironed out. But you looking forward to Cambosos and Hitchens?
Oh, and Hitchens. I am. Hitchens is gonna say hello to the world on a bigger stage.
Mm-hmm.
Ken Bosa's respectfully former champion. Uh, yeah, I think this might be his final hoorah for sure. So I have no beef with Kambosos ever at all because you know why? He went in the ring with him. He went in the ring with Tiafimo in one. He went in the ring with Devin Haney twice. He went in there with.
Hold on. Let's say this properly. He went in the ring with T.O. and beat his ass.
You right. He went in the ring with T.O. and whooped his ass. Went in the ring twice with Devin Haney and lost at home, but twice with Devin Haney. Then he went in there also with Lomachenko following. Man, you know what? I have no beef with a man who went this route.
Mm-hmm.
You got them lost. You got them 3 lost. Cool. I'm cool with that. I ain't got no beef with you because you did your part. Thank you for entertaining and doing it the right way. You can't say nothing. Can't nobody say he ducked the smoke.
Mm-mm.
That's it.
But I need Hitchin to show up just because, and it's not a bad thing. He talk a lot of shit, so
He talks a lot of shit.
So I'm gonna need you to show up.
Hitchens talks a lot of shit. He do. And they call you Africa, my boy. You better figure this shit out. You better figure this shit out.
Because if he don't, all them boys gonna be waiting to talk shit.
What?
They gonna
And
be
you just had David Daddy pull up at your camp just to mess with you. Boy, don't you go out there and lay no egg now. Don't let it be too big because you at home in New York. Don't let it. I've been there. Hov did that, so hopefully you ain't gotta go through that. Don't let it happen. Don't let it happen. I'd hate to have to come back here on Tuesday. Oh, that Tuesday when that fight happened. I'd hate to have to come back here on that Tuesday and talk about it that way. I really would. I got you by KO in 10, but yeah.
We gonna see.
We gonna see.
You know what else we gonna see? Old ass.
Cool whoop to pay the ass. Oh, I'm sorry. I was going too far.
No. I mean, we gonna see that. But we gonna see old ass Manny Pacquiao put on gloves.
All right, my boy. Y'all have a good. All right, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in to this episode of Pay Soul Boxing. I'm Foreman. That's Twin. I ain't even finna let him finish talking no more. I'm just finna cut this out because he brought this up, and I'm not finna do that. So you know what? Instead of me editing when I close the video out and hitting the camera, I'm gonna just go ahead and do it anyway. Y'all have a good one. God damn it, I can't press it.